Listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. That was Blur, Charmless Man. Then we had T-Rex, Telegram, Sam. Then we had The Jam, That's Entertainment. And we had The Doors, Soul Kitchen. And my guests are here, Mr. John Doe and Exene.
Hello.
From the band X.
Hello.
Yep, here we are.
Lovely to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Didn't he produce your first album, Ray Manzarek?
First four.
First four?
Yeah.
What was that like?
He was great. He was magic, and we thought we were so lucky, which we were. We had a real rock royalty dude. I mean, saying, "You guys are cool. I want to work with you guys." So, yeah.
Did he produce a lot of bands? Was that his thing at that point?
He had tried to do something with Iggy and had that Night City band, and that didn't really do what I guess he wanted it to do. And I think we were the only band that he really produced. Yeah, kind of crazy.
All right. Thanks for that information.
I got to say that I only an Englishman can introduce the band Blur.
Yes.
Because if I say Blur, it's like
Blur.
Wah.
Yeah. Blur, how are you? How about them Packers? So you got a thing going on October 13th at the Grammy Museum.
Yeah.
Opens the exhibition. So you got a bunch of stuff in there too, right?
Yeah, all our stuff's in there.
All your stuff.
Excuse me. Yeah, and anybody wants to go see our stuff, that's where it's living.
How long is it going to be there for? A couple of months?
Oh, till April. It's going to be there a long time.
Yeah, like 5-6 months.
It's a big,
Exhibit.
Yeah, it's a big exhibit. It's 40 years,
40 years.
Yep.
It was pretty nice. I mean, they first talked about doing it on like the third floor in a kind of smaller space. And then we started showing them what we had, like stuff, and we have the typewriter that Exene and I used to haul around like up to hotel rooms, and that was our quote portable typewriter. And we got that. We wrote a bunch of lyrics on. Got Billy's guitar and DJ's drums and a couple of my basses and all this junk. And they said, "Oh, well, you got a lot of stuff, and so let's move it downstairs into a bigger space." So it's nice. Like when you first walk into the Grammy Museum, there's a big collage of our faces and stuff, and and it's opening on Friday the 13th.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, what could be more perfect?
You planned it that way?
No, just kind of happened, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Mysterious.
That's us.
So you're still gigging? You're still playing?
Yeah, we're actually going to do something on the terrace outside. It's the first time they've done it at the Grammy Museum tomorrow night.
Oh, you're playing it?
Yeah, we're going to do like a 45-minute set. And
He says terrace, I say roof. It's on the roof.
well, if it was on the roof, we'd be like standing.
Well,
No, but they
It's
have
enough of
flat
a roof.
roofs. They have flat roofs.
No, it's
Like the Beatles was a flat roof when
Yes.
they weren't.
Yeah.
That wasn't a terrace.
No.
No, terrace sounds different. But anyway,
It wasn't Blur.
no.
But it could
Yeah,
have
we
been
played a
today.
lot. We toured a lot more this year than we usually do. We're playing a lot because people like us now.
Do you like playing, Exene?
I do, yeah. I love it because we're better now than we used to be too. It's more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I take it more seriously, but in a way that makes it more fun.
And people appreciate it too.
They sure do.
Did you ever get the treatment we used to get when we first started playing, where people would show up hating you in your early days, or was it already a done deal? People liked
We
you?
went through the everyone hates us phase, yeah, when the hardcore scene started, yeah.
They would come and start fights and all that.
Yeah, but then they would leave and go to the next band, and then you'd be getting your audience back again. It's temporary.
Yeah. That was a weird old scene back in California. Was it California or was it all over the States with that, a lot of the other bands, Fear and Dead Kennedys. Was it like a weird... I was here briefly around that time, and I went to a show somewhere at the Star Ward or somewhere, and it was very weird vibes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was an original Hollywood scene starting in about 76, 77. And then by the time 79, 80 came around, then hardcore was really taken over. And that's when it got really violent. And like a bunch of young surfer kids from, the Bay Area, Orange County and stuff like that, just trying to beat each other up. And even though Fear or who's the other band?
Dead Kennedys.
Dead Kennedys, they were from San Francisco. Even though they had come up in the earlier days, the hardcore kids like went for them, and then it was hard for like us to watch because they'd say, "Oh, you have a record out, you sold out, F you, I hate you," and it's like, what? I'm just trying to play some music,
Was it just bad information, thinking that's what they had to do because of the punk that came before it?
Yeah,
they had to kind of one up it, and that's the information. It's like when we started, with the pogo and spitting.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't have the spitting.
No, we did, but it came later.
Yeah.
We had been playing for 3 years, and one night we're at the Starwood, and all of a sudden, all these hardcore kids are there, and I'm like, okay, we can ride this. This is cool, whatever. They started spitting on us, and it became like the nightmare spit-a-thon. Like my hair had spit in it, my clothes were ruined because they were vintage, and they were covered with spit. Billy had to wipe the spit off his guitar. They were spitting in our faces, and they were all spitting, like hundreds of them at the same time.
They just seen we're like,
and we were like, no, time out. We don't. That's not real. We don't do that. And they just got here today, and they just like learned about it from. We would say Time Magazine told them to spit, but it was so much later. It was like, well, if you did that in '76, maybe I'd say, okay, you get a pass. But that was funny. And then they went away. They went away.
The spitters went away.
Yes, they did.
It wasn't fun, the spitting.
No. Who started it?
I think it was started by Johnny Rotten when he was, clearing his throat on stage.
Oh.
And he used to spit a lot, but not out into the audience, like down, but it just all of a sudden kind of caught on. That's how I remember it.
That's
entertainment. Yeah, it's and the pogo supposedly was started by Mr. Vicious when he wasn't in the band, but he was out in the crowd, and he was behind people, so he jumped up to look what was going on, and that caught on. Supposedly, I don't know. Huh. Who knows?
Huh. I like it. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, I'll say, well, I have on good authority that this is what happened.
But the spitting was out of order. I couldn't stand it, especially if you got it in your mouth.
Eek.
And some guy some kid had hep C or whatever, just
that didn't even exist.
Gonorrhea in his mouth, and he's spitting in you.
Ew.
That's entertainment.
You wanted to be in show business. What? And get out of show business? Do you know the story? Do you know the joke?
Quit show business?
Show business?
Yeah, tell the joke. It's a great joke.
Oh, there's a guy who's talking to his friend, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm with the circus." And he goes, "Really? What do you do?" And he goes, "Well, I give elephants enemas before they get on the train because they don't want to mess up the train." And he goes, "Wow. That sounds tough." And he goes, "Yeah, I got to put on a slicker and all boots and everything, and I, give them the enema, and I get covered in their, because before they get it." And he goes, "Oh my God, you must get paid really well." And he goes, "No, not really, kind of minimum wage." And he goes, "Well, why don't you quit?" And he goes, "What? Get out of show business?"
Oh man.
Yeah.
Was that funny?
I don't know.
It's funny if you say, and what, quit show business?
Yeah.
Get out of it. Show business is not as funny as quit show business. But
Yeah,
you used quit in the wrong place. He said, why didn't you get out of that job? Oh, and what, quit show business?
Okay, there you go.
You want to say it again? It's gone now.
No, it's done. But see, the thing is now everyone can say when they're having a tough time at work or something, or us magicians can say, what, and get out of show business?
No, quit show business.
Quit show business, for Christ's sake!
See, this is why.
This is why we're still together, because we can correct each other.
Who came up with the name X?
This gal.
Hence Exene.
I did all the things that would prevent us from being successful. I didn't anticipate the internet.
Yeah.
And the X is not on. The X can't be a name of anything. And the X-rated and all that crap, and all that other stuff.
Well, you just didn't know about the internet. There was no internet.
Right. Well, no, of course not. But
anyway. What about that band XXX? Is that a lawsuit?
No.
No.
Because they had two more X's.
I guess.
There's a Japan
there's
X.
also XX.
And there's an Australia X, and we're fine with them. But the Japan X was on Sony, and they're huge. There's a documentary about them. And so when they first came out and they played for a while, we got a message from Sony saying, you'll have to cease and desist using your name. And it was like 85 or something. And we're like, I'm not going to.
You had the name way before.
Oh, yeah. So that
Yeah.
went away. That went away. But you know what?
Didn't you copyright your name?
You
Or
can't
whatever?
copyright a letter.
Oh no.
But if it's a title of a band, you can't use it. You can use it for a title of something else, like a book or a movie, but you can't use it like, you can't use it for the same type of business.
What about trademark for T-shirts and that?
I don't know.
I actually just trademarked John Doe.
And that's not a name, right? That's used a lot in.
For entertainment stuff.
Why is we in
Nobody
trouble?
can. No. There's
He
a
is,
couple
you're
other.
not.
No, there's a couple other bands. There's a DJ, kind of MC, who calls himself John Doe, and I would see his name on occasion at festivals. Like,
Yeah.
What? And so I went through the process and paid the money, and John Doe is now trademarked as far as entertainment.
Oh.
This guy.
That's good because otherwise you could sue the coroner in every city in America over and over.
Right.
Hey.
But that's just for entertainment. See,
it's my
entertainment.
Yeah.
So you
This is our theme. I love it.
Yeah. It's great.
that's good that you did that, John. I can't believe you did that. It's
I
great.
did, and now I can tell those people to stop, and whether
good.
they do or not, I'll just we'll see.
What,
TM.
you didn't think of doing that 20 years ago?
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
Better late than never. What was the woman's equivalent to John Doe? Mary Jane?
Jane Doe.
Jane Doe.
Yeah.
You should copyright that too.
Yeah.
While you're at it.
Anything around that area.
The problem with the Jane Does, unfortunately, there's usually multiple. So it's Jane Doe number 1, Jane Doe number 2. Yeah, it's usually victims of a serial
You know
killer.
what? When the Timothy McVeigh, when he was on the run, there were all these things on the television. John Doe number 1, and
Yeah.
then the other. Who is his accomplice? Yeah.
Terry McNichols.
Yeah. And he was like John Doe number 2, and I was actually going to call a record John Doe number 2, and I thought, no, this is a bad.
Or John Doe number 3.
Yeah. But, yeah. You're right. Jane Doe's come in packs.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Rest
Yeah.
in peace.
Oh. So what else is happening?
What else is happening?
We got the key to the city yesterday.
Yeah.
Kind of.
What does it
was
look like?
X Day.
Well, it doesn't really a key. It's a big, beautifully hand-painted diploma type thing.
Oh,
that's
piece of
got
paper.
gold on it and stuff with a bunch of people signing it, saying, whereas you were formed in 1976, and whereas you went to play music throughout thick and thin, and whereas you're still together, and whereas you've been together for 40 years, and whereas you made some great records, you are hereby getting your ticking heart, your brain, and your, what's the other one? Heart, the brain. Courage. The courage.
Courage.
Yeah.
Courage.
Anyway, it was really nice, and it was nice for the city of Los Angeles. You know, I was.
Were you
Yeah.
flattered? Was you flattered that you got that?
It was very flattering, and it was
Yeah.
very neat to think. It made me think about all the things in Los Angeles that are gone too.
Yeah.
Like
Everything.
Schwab's drugstore
Everything.
and just the idea of Hollywood. You know that it's now been like kind of taken over by new generations and changed, but. It was really neat. It was very, it made me just love it more. And I've always had kind of a love-hate with it, but it made me so happy. And I bought an I Love Los Angeles t-shirt at the Grammy Museum gift shop, which I normally wouldn't do. I just got caught up in the moment.
That's good.
I'll probably wear it tomorrow.
Aww.
I'm going to get a star on Hollywood Boulevard
That's
Are you
great.
really?
for broadcasting.
That's so great.
Where's it going to be, do you know?
We're jealous.
I ain't picked it yet.
Is it going to be on Hollywood Boulevard?
Well, I hope so. I hope it ain't bittersweet where I'm round the corner in some alley.
Well, they're
Well,
going
I
to give
think
us
that-
one on Gower and Western.
You got one?
No, Gower and Western, it's a joke.
Yeah. Hold on. I got to get the joke. Let me think
They don't
about it.
match anyway.
They don't.
No.
They don't intersect.
No, but I mean, just saying that.
They're parallel.
I think if we got one, it would be like what Fountain and Western. Or something.
You know what?
That doesn't make
I think
sense
Gene
either.
Vincent's is up on some like side street. His isn't on Hollywood Boulevard. So if it's good enough for Gene,
I would like to be next to Gene.
that would be great.
I've been up to his grave up off the 14 there, Pleasant Valley.
Yeah.
You been in there?
Yeah, it's up by where the horses, where you had the horses by
Yeah.
Newhall and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tom Mix is there too.
There's a little plaque. Have you
Yeah,
been to it?
Yeah, I've been to it. Musical notes and all that.
Yeah, and it's in the ground. It's a tiny little thing. Apparently, this guy in Italy pays for it, who's a fan, whoever he is, because he died penniless, I think, Gene. So
Yeah,
this
he-
guy pays for the upkeep and all that. Yeah, I think he was one of the greats to me, Gene Vincent.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
And funny that he was kind of whatever record company he was on. It's like, oh, damn, we got to get our own Elvis. Let's get this guy from Virginia. He seems cool. And I think kind of Gene Vincent was more the real deal than Elvis. Well, Elvis was a force unto himself. Yeah.
It was different.
Well, Billy used to play with Gene Vincent, and that was the music. You know, he grew up listening to the real rockabilly stuff, and he actually later in life played with Gene Vincent towards the end of Gene's life, I guess. Right?
Yep.
He tried to make another comeback, and he went to England, and he did like an Austin Powers version of what was the big hit? Bebopaloola, and it's on this website where you can watch the whole thing where he got off the plane to the moment he left. It was so sad. There's some funny bits, but it's sad. He's in a room with these 4 teddy boys from England who could barely play, and they're figuring out the set they're going to do, and they zoom in on Gene, and he's like, "What the hell have I done here? What am I doing?" It was really sad because
He should have got, the Nashville Teens probably. Remember that Jerry Lee Lewis record with the Nashville Teens?
Oh, that's so great.
That's a record that is
Live
like
at the
faster than
Star
any
Club.
punk band you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Nashville Teens was
There was
English band.
Yeah, they were like a rock and roll band, but they were his backup band, and it's insane, that record.
It was after Jerry Lee had kind of fallen from grace over here.
yeah.
Because of Myra, and he went over there, and it's a great record called Live at the Star Club. Maybe it was in Germany, but it was with the Nashville Teens.
Didn't Freddie and the Dreamers have a song called Nashville Teens?
Nashville Cats? No.
Maybe
that was
you're right.
Kinks.
No, Freddie and the Dreamers.
The
Oh, yeah?
Kiki Cats.
But it was like the bass player who was singing it.
I used to love them.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, when
Do
I
the
first saw
Freddie.
them- I was all about that. It's so dorky, but I thought he was cute.
Yeah,
He had his big glasses
I
on.
know.
and-
Liverpool, wasn't he? He
Yeah.
was from
I
Liverpool.
don't know.
Let's play some music.
Thank goodness.
We're probably scaring people away with
Well,
this.
with that last comment, yes.
Let's play some Gene Vincent. What we got? Bebopaloola. We're here with Exene, and John Doe. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. Here's a bit of Gino. Yo. Come on now. Y'all come back now, you hear?
You guys should go something super fast on the end of that and get some bluegrass there.
You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. That was Johnny Hit and Run Pauline by X. Then we had Jerry Lee Lewis, Whole Lot of Shaking, live at the Star Club in England. Yes?
Germany.
That's what I
Hamburg.
said. It's near Germany. It's near England. It's all Europe. Tom Petty, anything that's rock and roll. We started out with Gene Vincent, Bebopaloola. Big night for you. You guys, we're here with X. And tomorrow, October 13th, Friday. Sorry, let me put the Friday in there. October 13th. 40 years of punk in Los Angeles at the Grammy Museum. And you're playing there in the vestibule
I wish. Yeah.
on the roof.
On the rooftop.
Now, what did you call it? Something else?
Terrace.
Terrace.
Yeah.
A terrace is like a football pitch, isn't it?
Is that? Yeah, I think.
Out in the terraces.
When they stand, where they used to just stand,
Yeah, that's right.
and then people get crushed.
That's it.
Yeah,
Good old days.
I guess. Unless you got crushed.
And November 22nd at the Nouveau with Dave Alvin. Alexandro, I can't even say his name.
Alejandro.
Yeah, he's the
Alejandro
guy.
Escobedo.
He sounds a bit like Bruce Springsteen, right?
Or
He did have a
Lou Reed.
single a few years ago that was very Bruce sounding.
Yeah, Alejandro's been around forever. He's was with the Nuns and with.
He lives out your way, doesn't he?
Yeah, he lives in. Actually, just moved from Austin up to Dallas.
Oh, okay, but he was in
He's
Austin.
yeah, a fixture.
And Mike Watt.
Mike Watt and the Second Men.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, should we play a song?
let's do it.
Let me ask you one question. I've got one question for you before we play a song. Did you get nominated for a book for audio?
Yes, the Grammy. We got nominated for an audio book for Under the Big Black Sun, the history of punk rock in L.A. Last year, and then Carol Burnett won. We came in second.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm just glad. I tell myself we came in second, but Patti Smith was also.
so you could have come in
Nominated.
fifth.
No, absolutely not.
How many people were in one category?
5.
And the category was
Spoken word.
spoken word.
It was Patti Smith and who else was it?
Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello and Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer.
Oh man,
Carol
that's a big.
We were very honored, you know.
Yeah.
And y'all think it's BS until you get nominated, and then it's like, oh my God, my grandmother would be so proud.
Now this is like at 9 in the morning when no one watches it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's that. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
It's not broadcast, but we went down there and we put on fancy suits in case we won. But
Yeah.
that's all right, you know. Carol Burnett is a true pioneer, and she's put it on the stack with all her other mega awards. And awesome.
I watch her on Me TV at like 11 at night, the Carol Burnett show.
Oh, she was hilarious.
Really,
Still
really,
is.
really quick.
Oh yeah, and Tim Conway and
Yeah.
all those guys. Yeah,
Mm.
great stuff.
Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence. Yeah.
That's the night when the lights went out in Georgia. That's the night when they hung an innocent man.
Did she do that
Yeah.
song? Really?
Well, I could be wrong. Maybe someone
Oh.
should look it up, but I
I don't
believe
know.
I'm right.
Who cares?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do the song.
Okay, let's do a song.
Ready?
Oh God, here we go.
Here's a statement from the hobos to the people. 1, 2, 3. Honest to goodness, the bars went open this morning. They must have been voting for a new president or something. Do you have a quarter?
I said yes, because I did.
Honest to goodness, the Jews have been falling all over this country's face. It's better before they voted for what's his name. This is supposed to be the new world. Better before they voted for what's his name. This is supposed to be the new world. With Ford Automobile, Alabama, windshield wipers, Buffalo, New York, Gary, Indiana, don't forget the Motor City, Baltimore, DC. Now all we need is don't forget the Motor City. This is supposed to be the new world. Don't forget the Motor City. This is supposed to be the new world. All we need is money. Just give us what you can spare. 20 or 30 pounds of potatoes or 20 or 30 beers. A turkey on Thanksgiving like alms for the poor. All we need are the necessities and more. Better before they voted for what's his name. This is supposed to be the new world. Better before they voted for what's his name. This is supposed to be the new world.
Motor City. This is supposed to be the new world. Whew, that was fast.
Did we mess up? No, you was meant to do another verse.
I
John.
messed up. No,
That's all right.
that's okay.
It still sounded good.
It sounded
Yeah.
great.
Fun times.
Yeah.
You should come down and sit in with. Get Billy to sit down for a second. He'll step out for a second.
Would he like that? I don't think he'd like that.
He
Would he?
wouldn't like that.
Yeah, we'd like it if you joined us, but
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks for coming by.
You're
absolutely.
the best, Jonesy.
Always a blast. Always a blast. And good luck tonight. Is it tomorrow night? It's
Tomorrow
Friday.
night.
Tomorrow night. Friday the 13th.
But good luck tonight too, everybody.
Wherever you're going, good luck to you. You're all right. And what are we doing? We going to play music? I don't know what we're playing.